Hello and welcome to Luca's Backyard Bonsai. I do look ready to start working, don't I? I'm really Steve, and this is my Rose of Sharon. I was trying to grow this branch out, and I was doing pretty well, and then the bunnies decided to make it a little bit more difficult for me. I want this branch to match this branch in terms of size and basic shape, but it's not to be, not yet. And this tree, if I'm asked what my favorite tree is, this is always it. This tree my mom planted, I put it in this pot about 4 years ago, or going on 4 years, and I haven't touched the roots since. And I'm not even sure what I did when I put it in this pot 4 years ago. It was before I started the YouTube channel, I think. And I watched a video this morning of Nigel Saunders repotting his Rose of Sharon, which he had just repotted the year before and did a severe root pruning, and it was full of roots. That got me a little nervous. I think I need to take a look at what's going on below the surface here, and it seems a little underpotted for me. So I have the next size drum pot that I'm going to consider putting it in, but let's see what's going on with the roots and let's see if I can even sort them out. This was dug out of the ground, so I don't know what the roots are going to look like at this point after being in this pot for 4 years, but let's find out, shall we? All right, I know this is tied in, so let me get what I need to break that tie. I think I just had 2 wires. Yeah. And I should be able to pull this right out. But I'll go around with my artist palette knife. I don't believe it's root bound, but if Rose of Sharon generates the kind of roots that I saw in Nigel's video, this might not be as easy as I think. I'm hitting something there, but otherwise this is going around very easily. All right. Let me get the turntable out of there. It is a rainy, cold, disgusting day. I mean, I would like this to have a nice root base. Yeah. I have the drainage screens tied in, so this must be also tied up with the drainage screens. So what's the best way to do this? Oh yeah, I see roots below the drainage screen. So I'm going to release the wires so that they'll pull through the holes, I hope. And this whole thing should pull out. Yeah. Okay. It might go back in the same pot. It depends on what, oh my goodness, it depends on what I end up doing here. Yeah, there's plenty of roots in there. It's not root bound, but there are plenty of roots. Let's start combing them out and see what we have. I see what I did. There's a piece of vinyl hose there. And yes, these are very fine surface roots. I think this mix was fluorite Hadeite, which is an expanded shale. Turfus, which is just about broken down. And I'm not sure what else. The roots don't appear to be active. There's absolutely no no leaves budding on the trees, and as a matter of fact, the buds haven't really swelled all that much or swollen all that much. I'm going to do this as gently as I can because I don't want to rip too many roots. They are circling around. I don't think I want to just wholesale cut them. And I don't want to break off any buds. Even though they're not swelling at all, I think I can see where they're going to swell. Okay, here's the first drainage screen came loose. It seems underpotted. It's in a 9-inch pot. I have a 10-inch drum pot that might be better for it. But as I looked at it, that looked pretty large. So I really haven't decided yet. And here's the second drainage screen. And it's been raining outside. I do not have a washing station prepared, but maybe I will. I'm not tearing through the roots, I'm just agitating them to shake out the soil. Here's what I tied it down with. And there are some roots high up on the root plane that probably need to come off. And there are some thick roots I'm encountering that I'll decide what to do with once I see their actual condition. All in all, I'm very happy with this tree. A little unhappy with the setback from the bunny damage. Bunny sounds so cute, and yet I was very mad at them this year. They got a lot of my trees. I haven't even figured out what to do next year. I did get, on a viewer's recommendation, I did get liquid fence, which stinks to high heaven, but may end up doing the trick. All right, let me clean up here a little bit and I'll start raking that out a little more gently. All right, I cleaned up a little. There's always going to be more. As you can see, I am tearing through some of the roots. I'm actually going to be cutting away quite a few of the roots, so I'm not too concerned. I've got my excellent Bobcat Bonsai combination root hook and chopstick to help me untangle these roots. I've made an observation. I wonder if anyone else has, and this might be complete nonsense, but it seems to be in my region, when the roots circle, they circle in a clockwise manner. I wonder if that's like how water goes down the drain, or that's the story anyway, that water goes down the drain anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere and clockwise in the northern hemisphere. Now, this is not a bad root base, but look at all this length that I won't be needing. Now, this is telling me it could go back in the same pot, the same 9-inch pot, but I just think that I want this tree to be massive, and when it has its foliage, it's pretty massive. I'm going to have to do a nice job on these roots. To honor the person who I enjoy watching doing root work most, and that's Nigel Saunders. So this goes out to you. Is there a low root plane on this? If I even pick up more height on the tree, that's even more reason for a larger pot, in my opinion. All right, let's cut away this excess. This all gets composted. All right, I'm gonna comb them out again and start doing the honorary detailed pruning. Really, I'm still trying to determine if I should try to utilize the lowest root base. I think I want to put this back on the turntable. Makes a little bit of a noise. People have complained about it, but it might be the best way to highlight what I'm doing. If I have it on wood, it won't make as much noise. As I comb it out. I think visually that's pretty good. Work this forward. Yeah, this will be good. Now this is a much older tree than the one that Nigel worked on the other morning. So I don't think I can be as aggressive on the root base at this stage as he was. Right. I'm going to use the circle to determine my lengths. I want a wider board to put on this. I don't mind scratching it up. All right, so the high roots, and actually the bottom. not resting it on anything. But I haven't really combed out the bottom. It's pretty flat. All right, I'm just going to reduce the roots right on the bottom, things that I would feel if I tried to lay it flat. That was a kind of a big one. I'm hoping not to get out of view here, but might be inevitable. Sitting high on this side. That's why. So here's my problem. This is my favorite tree. If I kill it, I'm going to feel awful. That sits a little better, but it might be the best I can do. All right, I'm going to start working down these high roots. That one's too high. That one's too high. My recollection and my observation of this tree is that it doesn't heal all that well. If you want to see a tree that heals well, I'll show you the wounds on my burning bush that I made after I made these, and they're healing nicely. But there's a real flare there. I think I may raise this up. I may be able to. I'm going to talk about this tree more at Dave Bonsai's Expo in July. I'm doing a video over time. I've already done the intro. I'll do a clip of this repot, but I really want to show it again when the leaves come out. So that's another reason why, you know, I'm trepidatious here and really, really want this to succeed. All right, I'm getting there. I wish I could wash this out. You know what? I'm not hearing any rain. I'm gonna go set up a little wash station. I'll be back when it's done. I really want to be able to see what I'm doing. I do want to reduce the bottom here, and I'm just going to take some chunks out and work my way down to the base of the tree, really. New roots will generate from here if it's sitting on bonsai soil. It's not bad. All right, so I looked at this and I really like to be able to see this flare above the surface. So I'm going to take the root hairs that are on top of that away. And that sets the height of my root base. Somewhere here they start going into the soil, which is great. I did trim it here, and you can see how many roots have been generated at this point. And this tree does not heal nicely. It's a great tree for working on ramification and clip and grow. All right, so that's my base. These are too high. And that moss that's there, this is too high. Some bark has to develop here. It's kind of undercut. Let's see if I can, I want to try and fix up these old cuts. There's a collar, and if I can just get below the collar, maybe it would heal better. And also down here. Those were roots. And I want that to heal over. That's not the front of the tree though. This is. So we've got to continue this around. And whatever fixes I have to make at this stage in this tree's life, I'm prepared to make them. So that actually can come down further. Yeah, I think this tree will look better. Okay, from the back around to the front. The front's not going to look any better. Something has to happen here. This has to be the front because only one big scar shows. But maybe I don't care. There's a couple more old roots that I want to hollow out. Maybe they'll heal better. I've already said this tree doesn't heal well, but cutting away what's there is not bothering me. Little section of moss here. And notice that the tree is very hollowed out right there. Will this ever be a feature? I don't know. That's the beauty of this. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so I've left those wounds a little bit better. I think I just want to get rid of this big one up top. Get out my little needle chopstick. And now I can look at the roots. This guy crosses, but can I redirect it? Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could. Is it in a good spot? Yeah, there's a little one I'll cut off here. Here's one that goes up. I'll cut it off from that point. This will all work their way down into the soil. That part's getting a little heavy. There's a part going up. I can shorten it, it's getting a little heavy. Part started to curl. This is a real heavy root and it's down low. Do I need it? What's attached to it? Not all that much. I think I'm going to get rid of this guy. All right. This is a big cut. I'm trying not to cut the roots beside it. It's gone. That's not bad. That's not bad. I should take it down a little bit more. That'll be below grade anyway. Here's a root that really goes off at an odd angle, considering everything else. Off it comes. This is the one that I chopped off all the stuff at the top. I think I can go a few more. I'm not sure exactly how much of that will be exposed. Some of it definitely will. That all goes down. Okay, off to this side. That one goes up. Get rid of that. Get some of these root hairs out of here. I'm planting it at that height. There's a heavy root way down here. That's going up and around. That's too long. This is too long and heavy. It's this root I'm questioning now. And I'm going to take the top part off. That's a little better. I think I can work on that base a little bit too. Oh yeah, nice. All right, let me decide on the issue of the pot. All right, let's get a base layer of soil in. I have the drainage screen secured. And I'm putting in the base layer of soil. I'm going to be putting the tree in the middle. I don't don't care where the front is. This is a round pot. Let's get the tree. And I'm going for the height in the pot. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Now, I want to comb out these roots and get them pointing down. By taking some of that mounded soil and pushing it out to the end, the roots are now going a little bit further down. Yeah, that's where I want it. Okay, let's start filling it in. And I'll be wetting that down pretty soon. The soil is very dry. Yeah, I think it looks at home in this pot. Let's see. Excellent tool, Bobcat. Love the weight. Can't beat it. Well, maybe you can. Keep trying. Who knows? Keep innovating. All right, now I want to straighten it out. It seems leaning back a little bit. I got to lean it in this way and fill in under here. And I got to get this watered somewhat. It's by no means the final watering. This is just to get this stuff more workable. little here. All right, I need a little bit more aggregate. I want to get some stones on here, and this is going right back outside. Need some right in here, all the way up a little bit. I don't know what's got my turntable stuck. All right, this is it. Right about there is the front. I want this to grow out a little bit more. I got my fingers crossed for growth. Things do not heal well on this tree, and I'm well aware of that. That high root is here, and I'll expose it more as time goes by. So that's it. Get some stones on here, put it out on the bench, and we'll let it grow for the season. Thanks for keeping me company in my backyard.